got Nick Wood here. You're watching GoTarryn TV.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to episode 410 here on GoTarryn TV. And as you can see side by side, we're welcoming for the very first time a gentleman by the name of Mr. Nick Wood here. Nick, all the way from Connecticut, how are you doing today?
Doing awesome, man. What about yourself? Good?
Very good, thank you. Well, welcome to GoTarryn TV. It's a pleasure to have you here for the very first time. We had your brother on, Jason, of course, a couple of times here. And he's going to be a guest of ours later on this week. So he referred you and talked really greatly about you. So he talked you up big time. So I'm sure that you'll live up to the expectations.
Well, I guess he kind of has to. He's like biased towards me because I'm his brother. You talk badly about your brother, right?
That's right, exactly. Well, Nick, could you tell the people out there a little bit about yourself? Where you're from, where you grew up, and what you're doing out there in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, awesome. My name is Nick Wood, obviously. I've been in the PT world for about 8 years now, and I started the job. One of my ex-girlfriends in high school got out, didn't really know what I wanted to do. I kind of fell into it, and I had a great mentor, a woman named Carla Poppin-Fuss. She was a certified hand therapist and physical therapist, which is an interesting combination. You really don't see a lot of those. So from there, it kind of just exploded. I was a wrestler, did BJJ, soccer, lacrosse, and I've always had a passion for movement. I really didn't know with it. I'm off the wall. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So that's where I kind of got into it. Always was an athlete. And then I do long-distance backpacking, do PT up here with the physical therapy office. So it's kind of a variety of things, I'm just starting next year. We're working on some seminars outside. So there's a lot of things in the works right now.
That's great. Wow, you said a mouthful there. That's awesome. So what is the age difference between you and your brother Jason?
Well, yeah, he's got to be ancient now. He's 38 or something like that. I don't even know. 40? I think he might be 40.
You're supposed to guess downwards.
So about like 15, 16 years.
All right, cool, man. And is it just you two, or do you have any other siblings?
Oh, no, I have a younger sister and then an older sister.
Oh, okay.
Spread out.
Cool.
He's in Colorado, she's in Kansas, my sister's in North Carolina, I'm up in Connecticut. So we have an interesting thing going here.
Man, that's awesome. Okay, very good. And so getting back to your philosophy on working out, exercise, what would you say your general philosophy on health and fitness would be, if you had to sum it up in a few sentences?
I would full range of motion,
Okay.
movement. Those are the two things, and not so much movement as laying down and do a bench press. Like we're animals when it comes down to it. We're a species. I think the coolest thing about humans are we can't fight very well. We can't climb very well. We can't outrun things, but we can do all these things very little in very good ways. So when, for instance, I do the art of BJJ, and that's a lot of rolling around on the ground. You're in this low gait. You're in these tight positions. But then after a BJJ thing, I would go out and do some sprints and everything. So I think having a well-diversified workout plan is the most important. And going full range of motion is one of the most key things you can do. Many of the injuries, if you come to rehab, many of the injuries occur in the end ranges of motion. We don't develop this stabilization of our shoulder joints, hip joints, and so on and so forth. So we get very injured in these ranges. So I guess that would be my answer to that question in a long couple sentences.
No, I like that. That's really good. No, that's excellent. And then touching upon your brother and I share a similar interest that we're both big pro wrestling fans growing up. But how about yourself? I know doing BJJ, I'm going to make a big assumption here, but you must probably be a UFC fan, I'm going to guess?
Yeah, no, I'm a huge UFC fan.
Me too.
It's funny. Yeah, no, I love it, man. I watch Joe Rogan all the time. You can't, awesome, right? No, it was funny because when I was younger, before I even started wrestling, it would be Christmas time. Everyone's everyone's being doing the thing, and then me and my brother, was throw me against the ropes, come back, we're wrestling in the living room, man. It was awesome.
No, that's great. Yeah, that's excellent. So, do you get a chance to watch a lot of it then, the pay-per-views? Do you catch those and the fight nights and everything
Oh
else?
yeah, 100%, man. After that, I'm a big Conor McGregor fan. I think he's like you can't like his arrogance, his confidence. I love it. And the whole Aldo backing out the last fight, it was kind of I really didn't like it. So did you? You a UFC fan? Did you
Oh,
watch it?
big time, yeah. I'm a transition. I used to start from liking WWF and wrestling growing up, and then now I've fully transitioned to UFC, mixed martial arts. I'll watch Bellator once in a while, but I'm with you. I like Conor McGregor too. He's great. And you talked earlier about fluid motion and range. You know, he's just
Yeah.
a master of that. It's just a good example that. What did he say after the fight? Like technique will always beat power, or something like that, is what he said to that
Well,
effect.
yeah, no, that's the interesting thing is because actually the Conor McGregor thing is very interesting in the natural movement world
Yeah.
because have you ever heard of Ito Portal?
No, I have not.
So Conor McGregor trains with this guy Ito Portal, and Ito Portal is kind of the front runner of natural movement patterns,
Oh,
the crawling, the brachiating, the hanging, those kind of things. And to see an MMA guy really not have, you see him as more of like a street fighter, like
okay.
just a bar brawler kind of guy.
Hmm.
But if you see like his movement patterns, and before he even his warm up, it's 100 ducks under a rope.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I believe it's a 100 ducks each side, and then a 12K run before he even does anything. And then if you watch him, he's doing a lot of this crawling stuff. So it's cool to see this integrated into MMA, not just, all right, we got to do BJJ in the morning, then box. So it's kind of taking a whole different element from it. So when he knocked out in 13 seconds, man, I was going nuts. That was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. It was crazy. I think he used the word movement too. I think he said movement always beats speed, or he's a big guy with that natural movement as well.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's the coolest thing about it is it's fun.
Hmm.
It's the first time it's really being brought into a professional sport, and the whole keto thing's blowing up. And I don't know, I'm interested in seeing where it's going. So I've been doing it for a couple of years, crawling on the ground, and uh, the first time someone sees you, they kind of look at you and they're like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" But then you have a couple of your clients run through it, and I also find it's very hard for people to get people on the ground now. If I think you slowly integrate it into a workout, then it becomes successful. But to just have something, if I just came up to you and said, "Hey, this is the first time I met you, let's go crawl around on the ground for a little while," you kind of so it's a very delicate thing. But with this whole now everybody knows Ito's training Conor McGregor, so it's becoming. I was at the gym the other day, and it was interesting. I actually saw people just hanging on the bar, just so it's a passive hanging. People doing bear crawls again, and I think it's the way we need to go.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, what is a typical workout regimen for yourself? Like your routine, what does that consist of? Take us through like a workout, and then what does that consist of during the week for yourself?
All right. Well, I'm a big morning workout guy. I mean, I believe you got to wake up, and the first couple hours of your day is mostly you have to do the most successful things you want to do to set up the rest of your day to be motivated and
Hmm.
successful personally. So I
Sure.
like to. I always wake up. When I get to the gym, I love the sauna. I'm a huge sauna fan. I've always been, even my wrestling days. So I'll hit that for like 10, 15 minutes, and then it's at least 15 minutes of primitive low gait.
Hmm.
So it depends if I'm trying to work more endurance that day, I'll do maybe 3 5-minute intervals. If I'm just working on speed, I'll do fast crawls on the ground, the lizard crawl, the crab walk, bear crawl, side crawl, and then after 15 minutes of that, I'll do a circuit. So today I did my kettlebell circuit. So I hit I did 50 kettlebell swings, then with the 50 burpees, rotational drills, and then L sits. And then at the end of so it would be some sort of circuit, whether it's calisthenics, kettlebells. I'm running a circuit with everything intertwined, and then at
Wow.
the end I always do hanging. And there's a couple of types of hanging. I'm just working on some one-handed hangs, passive hangs. So I think it's awesome. I think hanging is also one of the things that everyone needs to get back to. Like we're just sitting here, you probably sit a lot, watch a couple of your interviews, and you're always on the road. You're always doing this or that,
Hmm.
and we get these chairs, and we can't unless you have I forgot what they're called. There's like these chairs that put your pelvis in alignment, and it's supposed to be a postural chair. But most
Right.
of the chairs we have are just such garbage, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we get this forward posture.
Yep.
And so when we hang, it's just so you just let everything go, and you can feel it stretching your lower back.
Hmm.
It's Oh man, there's nothing better. There's nothing better, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's kind of like the decompression, kind of like traction. In fact, a couple of months ago, I bought myself a inversion table where you lie down and you flip yourself upside down and hang from your feet. And that has, I think that's helped me out a lot with my, I've had a couple of herniated discs, lower back, L4 and L5, and like you just said, it's kind of decompressing, I think, just pulling in and giving some space to those vertebrae, because you see the elder population as we grow up, and they're all walking hunched over, and that's very common, unfortunately. But you're right. I like what you said, though. And
well, yeah, it's so preventable. It's one of those things. Just like you can, I tried. How do you like the table though? I tried it once. I felt like I was going to fall off. Does it get taken used to get back and forward? Or?
Yeah, for me personally, I think it just takes some time to get used to it. To me personally, the thing that it's taken a while to get used to is the stress it puts on your ankles and the top of your feet. It's just a lot of pressure there, obviously. But I found some tricks. If you wrap like a towel around your ankle and put it there, that'll give you some cushion. But otherwise, I think there's a lot of good benefits from it. All of the research I've done and talked to different chiropractors and such, they are all big proponents and advocates for inversion table. I think it just like anything takes some practice to get used to that.
Yeah, and I like the idea of it. I would rather see people hanging, but again, like my ceilings in my room aren't that high, and if you just can put a table in here and you flip up, I mean, as long as you're getting some distraction there.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like the hang so much is we're also working on grip strength.
Yeah.
A lot of people are wearing these straps and gloves, and for me, I just find all of them aids. I think you're developing weak joints. It's like the whole MMA debate right now, going back to MMA. Should people be fighting with no gloves? And everyone's like, oh, I don't know, it's more savage. But if you look at it, you won't be able to punch somebody in the head as many times without breaking your wrist in an MMA event. You have straps and you have the glove that goes over it, so it's stabilizing that joint. Just like you're stabilizing this joint, so it's becoming weak. And that's why I like the whole idea of hanging behind it. So I'm not a big advocate of straps or anything of those. But yeah, you got to try hanging, man. Have you ever tried it?
Sure, yeah. In fact, in my own workouts, personally speaking, because I see a lot of, like you said, the forward rotation of the shoulders and overexertion on the chest, overstretching in the back, for myself, I do it more so working out on my lats, my back, more than I do on my chest, because like you said, I think in my own personal day, all the driving I do and sitting down, I'm already working these muscles right here, so I need to get myself. But I love hanging too. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, because isometrically, like you said, working those forms, but also your biceps and just get everything worked really well. That's a great point. What about? Let me ask you this, Nick. Could you see yourself? I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask it anyway. Would you see yourself fighting someday, like in a UFC setting?
I would love to just get in a cage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to I love my brain too much. Well, no, if you really think about it, I think it would be awesome. I got a couple buddies. One of my buddies I actually wrestled with, Dean Hancock. I wrestled with him in high school. He's taken off on the MMA world. He just fought up in Mohegan Sun, it's a casino up in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Catskill, Connecticut, and he fought up there for Bellator, and he's doing awesome with it. I think he's 3-0 right now.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then I got a couple other buddies who did some amateur things. But yeah, I would love to get an octagon one day.
Yeah.
But long term, I don't know, man. That's a lot of damage on your head, Especially with all these concussion things coming out now. Like, I don't know. I like my brain.
But yeah, you're right. Here's another question, that kind of a hybrid mix question of UFC and WWE. What do you think CM Punk's going to look like when he makes his debut?
You know what, man? I haven't even looked into him so much. I've been on the whole Conor McGregor train, but I don't know, man. Like it's a hard. Everyone, when Brock Lesnar came in, everyone thought he was going to run through people.
Yep.
But I think it's a different animal, man. It's a different animal. But it's funny because you do take these guys in WWE. These dudes are athletes. I mean, to flip and go like that and just mess around with my brother. I'm like, this you get out of breath.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think what weight is he going? What weight is he going to be at?
Think I want to say I thought it was 185, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe 170. I'm not sure. Yeah, but I thought it was.
I mean, I don't know enough about him to even answer the question. some guys you listen to for a while, you're like, this guy's a total jerk, or like Conor McGregor, I just love him. So I don't know. I got to do a little more research on him. I'll get back to you on that.
Definitely. What about women fighting? Do you think that belongs in UFC, like Ronda Rousey in women's division?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't step in the ring with her. Like, I would. What? She's like 125 pounds. Well, have you ever heard of the Gracies, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
have you heard of the Gracie Challenge?
No, what is that?
So the prelims of UFC, Gracie's came to America and they wanted to start challenging people of different MMA, whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
You put $50,000 up, you put $50,000 up, you come to the dojo. Bare knuckles, anything goes. So people would just show up. So money was never really exchanged, but they recorded all these. So you get these like football players, Marines,
Uh-huh.
and these dudes are 250, 6'3", and they have the smaller Gracie. I think his name is Hoist Gracie, and just tooling these dudes, maybe 180. And
Oh,
just,
wow.
he takes them all down, and it's interesting to see how if you're trained, it doesn't matter how big you are or strong. I mean, that's what BJJ is, for a little person to take down and control a bigger opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even back then, it was interesting to watch, but I don't know, if you get someone like Brock Lesnar, who's just a freak, like, I mean, granted, he was probably juicing at one point. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
I always think it's really cool because you want to see what these athletes can really do. Are they just football players? Or are they really true freaks of nature? And I don't know. I think if you took LeBron James and you put him as a wide receiver, he'd be pretty damn good. He was just going to learn how to take a hit or two. But I always like to see what happens. In the same topic, what about if you put a boxer with an MMA guy?
Right, exactly.
What do you think would happen there? So, and you can debate about it all day, but I don't know. I think every sport brings a new dynamic in. Every sport brings a new challenge, new rules. But what is it? Going back to the conversation, I think what all of it is. It's all movement.
Yeah.
The body can only do too many things. It can push, it can pull, lunge, twist, squat, push, and we can only do so many things. So once you start studying movement, is that the key to success down the road? And with Conor McGregor, at the height of UFC and fighting is how well you can move. Can you move? How's your footwork? How quick are your hands? Can you keep your hands up? And it's whatever it is. You take football. You're still running. This is all movement habits. So I believe once you start studying movement, you'll be the better athlete to have an easier transition over to another sport.
Yeah, no,
I think that's
true.
Even with the football, though, if you look at football, all of it's the same mechanics of throwing football, baseball, whatever. It's all external rotation of the arm, forward posture from the thoracic spine, following through into your back pocket in a very abbreviated way. But no matter what you throw, it's all here. Your hand, if you can see me, it's all up and out. No matter, look at football players, baseball players. It's all the same thing. So once you know the movement patterns or something, or what did Kelly Starrett call them? Human. I think you call them human patterns. Once you learn your human patterns, that's all it is. It all becomes the same thing. So it's talking to Jay. Did you guys talk about Z Health? You probably did.
Yes. In fact, on his first video blog, and then the next time I interview him, we're going to go more in depth and talk specifically about it. And so he's just doing some really great stuff out there with Z Health.
Well, I know there's a joke. You know how you tell someone who does Z Health, a vegan, and a CrossFitting?
What's that? How's that?
Well, so what do you call? How do you know that someone's a vegan, a CrossFitter, or a Z Health person?
I don't know.
They tell you within 5 minutes of speaking to them. When you talk to I do CrossFit. And it's a guy, like I get it, code, and same thing with vegan. And as soon as I learned the whole Z Health thing, it's just funny. I always thought it, because you can't have a conversation with Jay without talking about, say, no, Jay, how was your holiday? Oh, you just had a baby. And hey, how's the baby? Oh, good, but you should have seen the neural patterns. But it's also been cool to have that background, have my brother be like a master trainer. And so most people find mentors outside of, they find them along the way of their career. I had enough luck that I have him one as my brother. So, it's awesome stuff, though.
That's great.
Isn't it?
Oh, very, very interesting. And again, I'm really happy and excited he got you referred to me, and we were able to do the interview here, Nick. And one final thing before I let you go here, I've really enjoyed talking to you. How can the people watching reach you directly? What's the best methods of contact to reach you directly?
We can probably do through email, nwood507@yahoo.com. Yeah, I'll keep everyone updated, but that's it right now. It should be changing in about a week or two. Or,
Okay.
That's probably the best way to get at me right now, though.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Well, we'll have that on the screen here when we fade to black. Nick, again, thank you so much for your time. This is a wonderful interview, and we can't wait to have you back here on the show in the very near future.
All right, awesome, man. Thanks for having me. It was awesome time.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, that was Nick Wood, and here comes his contact information, his email address one more time, just in case. Okay, everybody, there you go. I hope you enjoyed Mr. Nick Wood joining us here for the very first time on GoTarryn TV. And both Nick and I share a fascination and true enjoyment of that stuff behind me right there. UFC, mixed martial arts, love it, absolutely love it. And yeah, I'm one of the guys who transitioned from being a wrestling fan into a mixed martial arts fan. So I'm right there with you, Nick. And so, again, folks, hope you enjoyed Nick's conversation there. The guy's doing a lot, you know, with being ACSM certified, personal training, working out with all the workout intense stuff that he does, natural movement. He had also hiked the Appalachian Trail as well. So the guy's done a lot of things and a lot of great things too, with a lot of really nice ideas. So Nick, we truly enjoyed having you on here. We definitely want to have you back on. And folks, also stay tuned, because very soon here we're going to be having Mr. Jason Wood, Nick's brother, coming here on GoTarryn TV. And now Jason's family has grown one family member bigger. They have a new baby who's just born, so we're excited to learn about that. And again, thanks for tuning in today. Folks, also, if you get a chance, please make sure to check out the website link at the bottom of your screen there, www.gotarryn.tv, and bookmark that website to your browser and tell 2 people about that website as well. Also, if you haven't done so, please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter, and you'll stay connected with Tarryn the Traveling Trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who always tells each and every one of you out there that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll see you on the next video blog, everybody. So long.